Now we want to show the icons. Just like here, we need to use those icons, and there are many different ways of using icons. One of the easiest and most popular one is using Font Awesome icons in React Native. So we can search React Native vector icons. So you can Google for this one. By the way, there is another quite popular one as well, that is also Expo icons. Alright, so if you don't like the Font Awesome icons, you can check out Expo vector icons as well, but I'm just going to stick with the Font Awesome because that's quite popular and easy to use. So React Native vector icons, let's go to npm and let's run this command. And while it's happening, let's go to the footer tabs, and let me just import that here. Import Font Awesome 5 from React Native vector icons / Font Awesome 5. Let me start it again. npm start. Alright, so here Font Awesome 5 from React Native vector items Font Awesome 5. Then we can use that. So we work on the first one, and then we're just going to reuse this one instead of repeating. So Font Awesome view touchable opacity Font Awesome 5, we can just use here Font Awesome 5. Okay, and then we give a name, home. So most of the time you can just use the standard Font Awesome icon names. Okay, so let me refresh. Font Awesome, we give the name. Next we can give the size. Let's give value of 25. Let's sign in. Okay, now you can see here we have this beautiful Font Awesome icon. If I didn't give any value, okay, so that requires the value. If I remove that one, that's the standard size, so obviously we want that 25. Next one, style. We can write a style in here. We need to center it. You can see it's a little bit it's not centered, so margin bottom, bit of a margin on the bottom also we want. It's very close, so margin bottom 3, and align self center. All right, so that's looking good. Now you can see we have the same component repeated here, so instead of that, let's try to reuse. So let me just cut this out, and this one we can put in a separate component. You can put in a separate component, or you can just leave in this same file. Let's put in the same file because it's just used in this component. So let me just put here on top, export const tab equals to, and we can just use parentheses and whatever you cut from earlier, just paste here. Alright, so that touchable opacity, the font awesome icon, you put in this different component. Even though we put in the same file, you could put in a separate file, it doesn't matter. So here you will be giving the props. Actually, let me just try without anything and then I will show you. So that tab now we can use here. That's a component, and we have home. Awesome. Now let's use this 3 more times. Okay, so that's good. Now all we need to do is pass different names, different icons as props. That way we can reuse this one, so we don't have to keep writing it, right? So we want the name, unique name. All right, so we can give the name as props, and I think that's all we need. So we just need the name, and let's replace this with name. All right, so here, from here, we can give name home, name home. Okay, so that should be small. That's for the icon name. Okay, so that's the name. And let me just copy that, put it here, change this to, let me just double check. So we're going to call it home, post, links, and account. Post, links, and account. Sorry that they don't seem to work. Looks like we have to give a different name for the icon and different name. Oh yeah, that's right, so we have to do that. All right, so let's make it caps lock. Home, post, link, and account. So we keep the name and we use that here. Alright, so we got the name, home, post, all that. Now the icons, right? So icons also we can give another prop here. Let me just write multi-line. So hold your option key and then just click, write multi-line. So here I want to use, let's say, icon name. Or actually, let me just use, change this to text. All right, so that would be the text, and the name, we just give the name. Okay, so text we display here, and the name will be the icon name. So home, for post plus square. By the way, these names you can just get from the fontawesome.com, right? Next one for links, this one we call it list, list ordered, just list ordered list, and then this one is a account, so we use user icon. Okay, all right, that's good. Now we just have to change this to text, name, and then text. Beautiful. Okay, so we've got these icons, footer tabs, nice. Now next thing we want to do is when any of these icons clicked, obviously we have to take them to a different screen, and then we need to show this as active link. So maybe we just give some color. so that user knows on which tab they are currently at. Alright, so we can work on that. Now before we do that, we have to do something with the navigation. So if we have the logged in user, then we want to show home screen. When they log in, we redirect them to home screen and show these icons. But if user is not logged in, then we want to show the sign up and sign in screens. So we have to do a bit of a conditional rendering on the screens. So we do that, and then we will continue working on these tabs to make them active on click, and then we also need to create these different screens.